It feels so great to know exactly the gist of what the fuck is going on to make our world so motherfucking insane. H.P. Lovecraft's works really do point us in the right direction. Let's not get bogged down in the fact that he was kind of a racist. But he also changed later on in his life, so it does show that a person can think one way one day and then can have personal growth another day. But realistically, it's just so wonderful to know that fear and madness and insanity are the weapons that are being utilized against us by the oppressive regimes that control our lives. We understand that every country on this planet is ruled by an oppressive, tyrannical machine that is hell-bent on doing nothing but creating monumental suffering. We can see that by looking around the United States and realizing that those who bust their asses the hardest, those who play by the rules, those who do as they're told, still have lives that are so horribly miserable that more often than not, this comes to their mind. Oh God, I cannot wait for the sweet release of death. I mean, I never got people who talked like that until I really just sat down and began to understand how miserable people are, because I've kind of lived in a protective bubble. I don't have to work because when my father passed away, he left me a nice inheritance so that I could reasonably take care of myself. Of course, bills and other bullshit have made it not quite as comfortable as it once was, but I every day live my life based on his literal dying words. Do not waste your life. You have the opportunity, most people do not, to literally just live. To be able to sit down and actually make that whole pursuit of happiness thing a reality. He didn't want me to be trapped in his hellish life, getting married too soon, not settling down with the right person, working yourself to death, and doing things for everyone else while never being taken care of yourself. Now, I like to do things for others. There is the one sacrifice that I like to make on a daily basis, and I just can't stop making it. I understand that there is an oppressive, supernatural, paranormal force out there that is fear, that is darkness, that is misery, that is insanity. And they love to use it against all of us, especially those of us who begin to understand that there's something terribly wrong in this world, that no one should be forced to live a struggle-filled, strife-based existence. If we have an authority to govern society, that group has one job, which they have failed utterly miserably. Because we're not just dealing with selfish, greedy bastards. We are dealing with people who are pure sadists. All they want to do is cause harm, misery, and mass suffering everywhere. That is the truth. That is the cold, hard truth. Look around the world. Because if these people were just greedy and selfish, then they would be steering the ship in a manner that actually benefits greed. If you actually had people being able to work and spend money, then that would, raise the economy. You would want the United States to be the shining example on the planet, because that's how they could further their own greed. That's how they could essentially buy other nations and really get their hand up the puppeteered ass of everyone else. But that's not what's going on. And they want us to look at ourselves and blame ourselves and think that it's our fault. They want us to think that we're born sinners. And it's all a bullshit form of mind control. It's all to make us think that we're the problem when we know damn well they are the problem. The only reason mental illness exists in this country is because this society literally breaks you. And it is not a crime. It does not make you evil to be too weak to be able to take abuse day in, day out, to live a stress-filled existence that makes you want to rip your hair out or just jump out a fucking window. That doesn't make us the evil ones. It makes those who have crafted the society to become this way the evil motherfuckers who need to be exposed, that we need to stand up and realize we do not need any form of authority ruling over us if this is what they are going to do. The whole point to have someone governing society is so that you can have a society shepherded in a way that benefits everyone, that ensures that we are marching towards better days every single day, that we look out at the true problems, which is simply just that people are not taken care of, that people are left out in the cold. And when you understand that we bailed out all the banks during the recession that started in 2008, where these banks literally stole from all their clients, resulting in so many people losing everything, their homes, their hope, everything. People were left out in the cold to starve, die, and suffer, and the banks got bailed out. If you have been arrested and gone into a jail, you will realize that most people there are just broken down people who haven't even committed major crimes. And most of the people who have committed smaller infractions have done so because they literally snapped and couldn't take it anymore and they had one bad day. This is unfair because rich people and true evil is allowed to thrive. They're allowed to dance out of court because they can afford great lawyers who will literally just allow it to happen. But it's not just that they can afford great lawyers, it's because the system bends itself over for those who have any power or any authority. And for those of us who are the little people, we get shit on because that's how they fucking maintain control. They do not want you to understand that most illnesses, most crimes, everything that's generally wrong with society all stems from massive stress, massive suffering. And that is the result of a poorly controlled, poorly maintained, and poorly ran society. But it is not just that simple. It's because these people literally are feeding off of the fear and misery they are creating. I do not care if they are working with powerful beings who are threatening to destroy all of creation, because there's certainly something going on in the shadows to keep the decent-ish people from speaking the truth and truly blowing the lid off of this massive conspiracy that involves secret societies. And let's not forget that before JFK had his brains blown out, he made a statement that was the following: secrets and secret societies are repugnant in a free and open society. You say that shit, then you get your brains blown out. Some questions better be fucking asked. When we understand that the term conspiracy theorist was created following the JFK assassination to discourage conversations regarding what actually happened that day, well, golly gee whiz, it certainly seems like they've been trying to keep the lid on everything. When they come out and you have so many whistleblowers telling us that aliens are real, and then we have intelligence agencies and people within Congress and in politics who are blocking transparency, you know something's going on. I firmly believe that aliens are real, and I firmly believe that the good ones are being held at bay from intervening because they're being told some bullshit like these other evil fuckers have the power to end everything. And I don't fucking believe that. I think that fear, madness, and insanity is their only weapon, that they can create delusions and illusions, but that's fucking it. Because I faced it on a daily basis. I made a video months back saying that fear attacks prove evil is real. And ever since then, I was under constant fear and anxiety attacks. And then I turned around in the darkness, faced those demons, and I'm like, what you got, bitches? Because it seems like you can't actually do any real harm to me. All you can do is make me harm myself by thinking bad thoughts. And now I'm going to start thinking happy thoughts to fucking fly. Those on the good side, you need to do something about this shit. Ashtar Galactic Command, the Galactic Federation, whatever the fuck you're called, you need to do something about this shit because they are powerless. They're cowards. But they are destroying lives on a daily basis. They are making people suffer on a daily basis. Now, I firmly believe that life is made up of energy and that one day we will be able to reconstitute the energy of those that we have lost. We will be able to reconvert their energy into matter a la Star Trek teleportation. But even with that being said, I think that it is a crime against all humanity to allow so many people to suffer. You are literally sacrificing their lives. Because living in this suffering-filled nightmare isn't a life. You may think that you are preserving life by making treaties and by dealing with these evil, sadistic bastards, but you're not. You are playing right into their goddamn hands. We are the ones who hold all the power. We are the ones who need to take action. And that's why I'm taking action now. I have made so many videos talking about this. I have tried to expose it so much on here, and it's just not doing any good right now. But that is the truth, that sometimes things don't matter right now. But with that being said, that means that I literally have all of these videos, and that's like having all of these me's who every day can keep doing the work with me, sitting back, relaxing, and finding my true inner power. Because when we understand that on a daily basis we feel drained, we feel like we don't have the energy to do anything, and yet when you stand up and go, you know what, I might feel drained, I might not feel like doing anything right now, but I'm going to do something that I love anyway. I'm going to show these motherfuckers that I have a stronger will than they do. That's what we got to do. We also have to just keep talking to anybody that we run into. We have to keep telling them that this is a Masonic conspiracy. They wanted you to think it was the Illuminati doing all this shit, but it's not. The Masons exist in the shadows, but out in the open, and they are not the good people. They tried to recruit me. I told them all of this kind of crazy shit, and they wanted me to meet and join with them. And when I asked, well, can you just tell me, is there any truth to this? Like, what's the deal here? Is this just a gentleman's club, or is this just spiritual beliefs, or is there actually supernatural paranormal shit going on? And they were like, you'll have to join to find out. And I'm like, that makes you a motherfucking cult. Go fuck yourself. And that's exactly what I am telling all you hierarchies in the Masons. I know that you have people working for you who don't understand the evil you're committing, just like there are plenty of good people working within Hollywood who either don't know the evil that's being committed, or they're trying to right the system from within. The only group that I completely, absolutely condemn are the police force, because they're fucking evil as shit. They are cashing blood money checks. This isn't just about racism. This is about the fact that they can see that they are causing harm to people who haven't done true wrong. You know, we'll leave the people who have snapped and murdered people in this category over here, and we'll deal with that sometime later. But for the most part, we don't have killers and true sick, sadistic people behind bars. We have broken people who snapped and did something stupid, but ultimately didn't end a life, didn't do something that caused great harm, and yet they're thrown behind bars because, oh, well, maybe the next time they'll do something worse. Yeah, well, then why is it that mass shooters, we always find out, had so many run-ins with mental health care facilities, had so many run-ins with police, and yet nothing was done about them? But the people who have not exhibited those same kind of red flag signs, they're the ones getting their lives destroyed. You ran a red light. You got into a bar fight. You yelled and screamed and had a meltdown in public, and your life was destroyed for that. You said some stupid shit. Your life was destroyed for that. Police know what they're doing. They know who they're harming, and they know what they're doing is wrong. This isn't just about them drawing a gun and shooting someone out of fear. They know what's up. They see the people suffering. They know they're causing suffering, and they don't give a fuck. Otherwise, you would see strikes. You would see police coming out against their brothers in arms, but they don't do that. Why? Because they want their fucking paycheck. Fuck those people. I don't give a shit if bankers or if police starve and fucking freeze to death in the cold, because that is all they deserve. People like that, people in authority positions like churches and shit like that, they understand what's going on because they see it. The medical healthcare professionals, the people working in insurance positions, they see the suffering that's being caused. They see that this is unjust, unfair, and not just that, it's cruel, it's evil, it is sadistic, and it's allowed. You can be on Medi-Cal or any of those kind of programs where you're supposed to get health care because you can't afford better health care. And yet these people, especially if you have something like diabetes or anything else where you need consistent medication and things to keep your ass alive, They'll make excuse after excuse so that you can't get your life-saving medication. And we've heard that endlessly. This isn't just greed and corruption. This is evil and sadism. This is a world ran by people who want to look out and see misery and suffering because it makes them hard, because it gives them a form of pleasure. And those people should burn and never fucking return. They are complete evil. Anyone who can operate in a business or in a position of power where you can see the suffering that's being caused and you're doing nothing about it, and you're making excuse after excuse while cashing your blood money, you're a motherfucking monster. And I firmly believe that all of this evil sadistic shit, all of you fucking evil motherfuckers, your time is at an end. Otherwise, you would not be pulling out all the stops the way that you are. Oh, aliens are real or aliens aren't real. No matter what the fucking case is, you have proven that all you are doing is trying to use an oppressive form of mind control on the people. Either you are keeping secrets that could change everything from us, or you're making shit up just to fuck with our heads. I don't give a shit which one it is. Because all that really matters is that what has been proven is that our lives are being ran by sadistic, cruel, evil motherfuckers who do not deserve shit, who do not deserve to breathe, who deserve nothing but pain and suffering. And the way that we give them that pain and suffering is by exposing it, by rejecting their authority, by spitting in their face. We don't have to go and actually cause them any physical harm, but we can sit here and pray and hope and wish that they just fucking die in their goddamn sleep. Because that's what these people fucking deserve. And it is my freedom of speech that gives me a right to say these things on here. I'm not encouraging violence. I'm not telling any of you to go out and harm these people. I'm saying that we can sit here, we can show our force of will by saying that's what we hope, wish, and pray, because that's how you have treated us. We have been treated like our lives don't matter, like what happens to us doesn't matter, like life's just fair and uncruel. No, you made it that way, and you are keeping it that way because you obviously want it to be that way, and there is no good fucking reason for that. So, evil motherfuckers, I am going to stop making videos now, because right now it's not going to do any good. But one day, all of this shit that I'm doing will matter. All of this shit that all of us light workers, all of us chosen ones are doing will matter. Because we are manifesting the biggest, most wonderful wish this world could ever see. And yeah, that might take some time. And yeah, a lot of us might be getting impatient. It might be driving us a little batty. But it doesn't matter. Because all that matters is one day you're going to fall and we're all going to rise. That's what matters. You won't be thriving for much longer, and as a matter of fact, I believe many of you are sleeping with one eye open, knowing that you're going to lose it all so very fucking soon. You have to be shaking in your little booties, knowing that so many of us are awakened to the truth, knowing that even if we don't know everything, we don't know all of the facts, it doesn't matter. We know that evil out there is controlling our lives, and we are going to do everything within our power to stand against it. I love all of my Ohana. I love everyone out there who is just doing their best, who would never, ever commit these acts of evil, and who just wants a world where we can all thrive, prosper, and live harmoniously together. And even those who are too broken to have those wishes, I love you too, because I understand you don't wish for the best because you simply can't, because they have hurt you. You're not evil. The only evil out there are those who want this sadistic evil to continue. And those who created it before anything bad happened to them. Maybe you were turned to the dark side, but I don't think you're evil. I think you've been manipulated and misled just like Anakin. So I don't hold you to blame. And I know a lot of you would change your tunes if you saw a miracle, if something happened. Good for you. If you saw that it was possible to truly stand against this shit. The only people that I wish would die in their fucking sleep are the true evildoers who absolutely want this with all of their being. And I don't say all of their heart or all of their souls, because these evil motherfuckers don't have that. So, to my Ohana out there, I love you. You are not going to be left behind. You are not going to be forgotten. We are going to get through this. We will be the last ones standing, and we are going to watch them fall on their ass and get impaled through their assholes. All right? It's going to be glorious. We are going to see a glorious future that's better than anything we've ever seen in any form of entertainment, because it's something that just couldn't be imagined. A life without death, a life without suffering. That is what's on the way. That's what I firmly believe. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.